So we will have our beautiful ACASMA graduation ceremony together. We will have our space to see all of the expansiveness of ACASMA that is unfolding with us all. And we will have our beautiful sacred prizes giveaway as well. So just letting everyone get in the door here and welcoming everyone to this space. We have individuals here who have never taken a class or a course, and they're not graduating. And we are so excited to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us, yes, and celebrating this space with us. And then we have some veterans here who may have done every course there is available in ACASMA and have been here since the beginning. And we have some in the middle and some who are brand new to these spaces. So I love that about us. Do you love that about our family, that we're so diverse? We're so open and loving, I think. I mean, I'm not trying to come off like in any way a conceited speech or anything. I think we're amazing, and I think we're wonderful, and I think we're loving, and I think we are divine in human form. And I'm very honored and grateful to be this space with you, each and every one of you. All right, holy ones. All right, we still have some coming in the door. Let's just let a few more in here. Thank you for your love and patience. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca wrote into the chat and said, hello, congratulations to everyone. How exciting. Thank you for being here, Rebecca. Rebecca's a patron. She's on my Patreon platform, and she's writes into our beautiful Acasma Connections chat as well. I believe she's in there as well. Many beautiful comments from Rebecca on YouTube. Thank you for all the ways in which you share your love with us. Thank you. So I'll go ahead and begin some of our announcements as we have people coming in, share some of these spaces with you. And some you may already know because I have been sharing to some degree. I need to make more content to get it out there to everyone. So many already have our beautiful AQE book that came out at the beginning of this year. So that was our AQE Foundations book. And the subtitle is Remember Who You Are. So let's see, I do have a copy to show everyone. Many of you already have this book. Thank you so much to all of you who have connected with the book. And thank you for those who are also writing reviews for me on Amazon. That's really helping us. Thank you so much for that. So this is like my baby, our baby of Acasma understanding. So anyone who is curious about Acasma Quantum Energy, this is a fantastic space to start in. You do not have to take a course to be blessed by the information in this book. This is us communicating with us through this space. So that was in the beginning of the year. And now we have, this is a proof, so it's got a line across the center of it, but I think this is going to be it. I think we're done with the color choices and all of the other things we had to do. So I'm very grateful to have you here with me, as this is the first official announcement that I believe we're ready to release this. This is the rise of the goddess. Almost can't breathe as I say the title. The Rise of the Goddess course is another space of Acasma, and it's incredibly powerful and beautiful. And it is about the divine masculine and the divine feminine balancing and rising in that divine love. It's an incredibly deep course. And at the same time, it allows the individual as they move through it, and I believe the book does as well, that sense of peace and calm to navigate it at your pace and your way. The feedback I get from anyone who has taken the course, and the course came with the PDF, and the PDF got expanded and became the book. But the feedback has always been, at first you come in maybe thinking you have to check off the boxes and complete the course in a certain way, but you very quickly gain an understanding of self-love that slows that all down and says, this is your space, do it your way. And that is really a beautiful thing. I think all of the Acasma courses are created to be that way for everyone. So there's never a rush and there's never a specific layout that says you have to do it anyway. In particular, they're all designed really to meet you right where you're at. But I think the feminine in us that maybe feels the sense or need to perform in a certain way to I don't know the right word, most be speaking from my human too much, but I think the feminine in us, when you get in the course of the goddess, I think it receives such a flow of love that is divine love, that it releases that save everybody else, carry them all on your back, and make sure you perform well enough so that you're, liked or loved or whatever. That is released. I can't say everyone does it in the same way and in the same time, but I can say everyone does it to a certain degree when they're ready and how they're ready to do it. So I am extremely excited about the release of the book. All of my books are all created so that whether you take a course or not, you walk away with a blessing. Yes? You walk away with a deeper love for you, remembrance of you. Breaking out of old stories, beautiful Quantum Kate chatted in. Yes, that's beautiful. Thank you, Janet, for sharing that line. Breaking out of old stories. It really is a space of that. All of them are these beautiful courses of Acasma consciousness. And for anyone who's in here or catches this video that isn't really sure, what is Acasma? How did I end up in this space? I love these people, though. They're so lovely and kind. What is this Acasma Quantum Energy? It's a higher vibrational space of connection where we're communicating with ourselves beyond what we lived from in belief of this is all there is. So when you work with Acasma Quantum Energy, you're stepping out of this is all there is, and you're allowing all of you, your wholeness, your eternalness, your divinity, and your now. So it's a really fantastic place to work in. And the work is really not the right word, because it is like breathing, really. Once you get into the rhythm of that self-love and self-trust, it's like breathing. So, all right, the books. I'm so excited. Thank you for letting me share it with you. And now I have 2 Oracle decks that are coming as well. And I just spent 2 hours packaging them all. So we really can allow them to be released to the world. So the first deck I'm going to show you just a little bit while we're just letting people get in here, all right? So this is the Goddess deck. Originally, this is what is on the PDF when you take the Goddess course. My daughter drew this art, this beautiful rose dripping, like the blood dripping, and then the honeycomb. It's a very passionate course, but this is the Goddess deck, and it matches the course and the book in the sense that there's 27 energetic keys, and the 27 energetic keys are what I saw when I started to build the course, and they hold the energetic connection with these different spaces of higher consciousness. So even if you were, shuffling the deck and you came across one of the keys, this is one of them here. This is an energy key. So as you allow yourself just to connect with it, look at it, sit with it, you could take a photo of it and put it on your phone, set it on your altar, put it in your kitchen. And for a week, maybe you just allow yourself to connect with it. This one is the reconnection of the womb of humanity. So this is the key itself. There's 27 keys in this deck, even if you were using it as an energy deck. I love that, right? Beyond even asking a question and looking for an answer as a traditional oracle deck is used, you could just be the energy that I could allow myself to expand into and move through right now. And oh, here you go. I got it again, even as I shuffled. So we brought ourselves this key today. Yes. So we'll allow. So in addition to the 27 keys, there's also some traditional type oracle cards, and that is like what are you thinking? So if you asked a question and it says, what are you thinking? You might be like, ooh, do I need to change my perception? Am I giving this too much focus? This card says you are worth more. We'll just look at another couple with you, okay? Let's find, these are all energy keys. Let's find one that's not. Oh, here's another one. Okay, so here's one you could just get that just says, calm your thoughts. So this deck, my daughter did all the art, Sydney, many of you know her, and I did the keys, and then I gave them to her on a piece of paper, and she made them look like they look to be on these cards. So that's our goddess deck, all right? Little bit more announcements. Let me just tell you about one more. This is the Acasma Ocean deck. Now the goddess deck comes in a black velvet bag, but I ran out of them as I was packaging everybody, so mine's in a gold. This deck, this is the ocean, Acasma Ocean deck. This comes in a gold bag. This one I did all by myself. So this is the one side of the card. This is the Acasma Ocean deck. And then what I really love about this deck is it has the Acasma Quantum Energy keys in it. So if you're familiar with the book or you're familiar with the course, like here's peace and balance. And the writing on the cards that are the energy keys of Acasma, it's golden. So they, to me, are like, if you're familiar with tarot or tarot, however you choose to say it, it has a major arcana and a minor arcana. And so if you got a major arcana card, it's like you asking you to really pay attention to what the reading is bringing you, right? The major cards are bringing in a little bit more of a, hello, this is a space for us to see energetically. So I like to think about that when you see these Acasma symbols coming in these decks, and you can make note, they have the gold writing, and you can make note that this is, this would be very powerful for you to work with right now. So again, an energy deck in addition to an oracle deck. So if you got one of the keys, you know, work with that key. This one says, clear any judgment from your waters, the waters of your body. See yourself from the eyes of love. Allow your flow. And that's our chalice of life. Bless your waters. Okay. Let me show you these. So grateful I have you to share this with. This is the Earth Reconnection key. You may be familiar with it. And this one says, ground your energy, see your root lines deep in the earth and feel her energy flow within yours. Bless your being. So if you got this one in a reading, you could work with that. So the keys are in there. And then there were some cards where I just was getting some additional information that were symbols. So I just put them in. This one came in, and one of you wrote me recently and you sent me a picture of this exact image, and you didn't know I had made this. So we had quite a fun time on email about it. But portal of remembrance. So this card comes in, set aside some time to meditate and allow your connection with your inner knowing and your team of light. Then there's regular cards. I call them regular cards, but they're still beautiful as well. You're on the right path, okay? Keep moving forward. Trust yourself. It's happening. All right, so you get the idea. Some more keys I saw that aren't Acasma keys. That's why they don't have the gold writing. The gold writing's the little notation of, oh, okay. This is something I would benefit from working with. But yes, I'm quite excited about it. I have some favorite cards in here. Let me show you some of my favorite. I love this one. This is Mother, Child, Ancestor, Healing, and Blessing. Isn't that lovely? I love that card. This one's so simplistically profound. Detach from it. Detach from it, right? So we all have those spaces, right? That card could come up and we'd be like, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to hear myself. Let's see. This is a beautiful card. This is Mother's Love. Mother's Love. And there's actually one that is also Father's Love. That's very beautiful as well. I think I shared that somewhere else, and someone, in our chat, and someone told me they got a hug from their father and had a really beautiful healing in their being. And it was just like this hug. So if you're here, thank you for sharing that with us. So that's the Acasma Ocean deck. That one comes in this golden bag. They do not come with a book. I'm asking you to be big girl, big boy, and trust yourself. Yes, I stopped using books years ago. You know, listen to yourselves. Use the cards to read the energies, lean in, allow. The Goddess book deck comes with a black velvet bag. All right. Those are my announcements of all my exciting spaces that are unfolding that I'm so excited to share with you. So thank you for letting me do that. And we have Sedona coming up in less than 10 days, I think. And a good group of you are coming with me. You're meeting me there. So I'm very excited about that. So we have that in Sedona, September 8, 9, and 10. I believe we are in Sedona together. And so maybe we'll go live there as well and say hello to everyone. It would be lovely to set something up where we could all kind of be in this camera frame together and talking to our beautiful family of light. We have that coming up in September, and we have all the courses available all the time because they're made from a video space, a video standpoint. So all of them are always available to you to come in at your pace, your schedule, your time. And investment is always something I work with everyone on. So if that's ever coming into play of why you do or do not do a course, always talk to me, please. But I think that gave us a nice intro space to get people in here for our beautiful celebration. And now I would really love, let me check this chat really quick. Oh, Carol, that's beautiful. Let's see, Silver Lunar Dragon, beautiful card. This dragon wished to share her energy with you all. Thank you, Carol, for placing that here with us. That's lovely. All right, so let's move into our celebration. What we're celebrating beyond all these other beautiful spaces that I've mentioned here so far is we're celebrating these students who have made these decisions this year in 2023 to embark upon the journey of these course spaces of Acasma. And there's some of you have come into 2023 and you took the Acasma Galactic Shaman course. And some of you came in and did the ACASMA Quantum Energy Foundations course. We have many here who have done the ACASMA Master Teacher course. And then we have a group of 10 who just yesterday finished the ACASMA Grand Master Dea course. And so we're really, really grateful to have everybody here. We have Goddess course students here who are in the course right now. It goes all the way to the end of the year. We have students here who did the Acasma Sound Healing, yes, and Light Language course. Many of you did that space. So this has gotten so big, which I'm grateful beyond words. When we first started out with graduations, some of you are veterans of 2020, I would hold up a certificate for every person's name, and I would hold it in front of the screen and I would say their name, and then 2023 happened, and I had 40 some people in a class, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's quite a bit for just the one class, you know? And then I had other courses with other students. So I decided what I would do would give a general layout of at a graduation ceremony like this of what we're celebrating, and allow that space for each individual who's here, whether they're here live or whether they're coming in via video replay because of their time zone or whatever, to allow everybody the opportunity to hear that course that they did or courses, to remember back to those spaces when they first came in the door to Acasma. For some of you, most of you, the first time you ever came into connection with Acasma Quantum Energy was through my YouTube videos or my TikTok videos. You saw a video and you felt the connection and the remembrance of you. I know, you know, there's this connective point that I anchor of love. I am that space. I do not put this on to come on to Zoom or to make content for social outlet. Ask my family. They'll tell you, this is who I am. Um, and I'm grateful for that. But I made this decision to lean in and trust myself. Everything I ask anyone to do in my books or my classes, my YouTube videos, whatever it is, I have done and am doing myself. So I never ask anything of you that I'm not already doing and living from my own being. We all have what I have. That's why I do what I do, because I want everyone to remember that we all have this space of love within us. We are this love. So I am so incredibly honored to be in this space with you. I am so incredibly grateful to walk this path with you. So as we move through our celebration of all the ways in which Acasma has anchored over the years into humanity and these reality lines, because each one of us is kind of connected into different reality lines. We've talked about that in other classes. And that uniqueness of humanity is the way in which Source, divine, I am, is expanding because of all these points of itself, us. So thank you for being the space of the I am that you are. Thank you. All right, now let's do this. Let me go ahead and bring in one of our beautiful speakers here today. We have two who will speak with you today, and many of you may already know them from the chat spaces. You may immediately feel a connection beyond even what you know from the chats or from other ways in which you may know their social sites. I know you know their soul, because I know we are soul family. So let us bring in a beautiful member of this family and allow space for her to share that which she is here to share. So I'm going to ask Kirsten to please allow me to add your spotlight, Holy One. And welcome Kirsten to this beautiful space. Kirsten, I'm going to let Kirsten tell you, because I can get to talking, but tell them all you've done this year. I mean, you just came in the door and didn't stop.
That's true.
To you, my friend, to you.
Well, like Andrew was saying, I found her through Instagram. But before I get to that, I just want to say congratulations to everybody that's here, whether you're graduating or you're not graduating, you're just kind of checking it out, seeing what it's all about. I just want to welcome you here, because if you're here, you're curious. And if you're here, you're interested. And if you're here, you're connected in at whatever level you're connected in. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to meet you and see you and to share the space with you. So thank you. So like I said, I saw Andrea on Insta. I was already a professional healer for 20 years. And I've been in that space for a very long time. And I've taken a lot of classes and I've taken a lot of courses and I've taken a lot of stuff and techniques, right? And so, but there was this resonance. And what happened for me personally was I would release content, and then I would see a YouTube that Andrea did, and we were saying the exact same words. We were like, I released a Portal of Ascension thing, and then she released a Portal of Ascension, like, and I can't remember who did it first, but it was like within the same couple of days. And so there was all this crossover, and it really pricked my ears. I also had light language come in a couple of years ago, and I'd never heard it. I didn't know what to make about it. So I was following hashtag light language, and she came up, and through all the people I saw and followed, she was the one that really felt whole and true to me. I'm not saying anything about anybody else, but there was just that connection. And so I saw that she was offering her AQE Foundations course, and I was just sort of like, oh, do I need another training? Isn't that like my ego feeling like she doesn't know enough? You know, all that stuff we do. And so I missed the first week. I didn't do anything. And then she put another message out saying, you know, you can still sign up. And I just like, for whatever reason, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I went like all in, like just all in. I was always over there in the chat, like every Zoom, I'm like, and then I took and I loved the AQE Foundations course. I just loved it. I felt like I came alive in that course. I signed up for the ACASMA Quantum Vibrational Healing course space, the Galactic Shaman, the Master Teacher, the Goddess course, and now the Grandmaster Dea course. I think that's all of them. I don't know. But I'll tell you, so there were like two things. And Andrew, you actually, so we just had that same like crossover. I was sitting with myself as we were starting. I'm like, what wants to come out of my mouth today? What would be not appropriate, but what would fit the space? What wants to bubble up? And I was like, I know, I want to talk about how that in all the course spaces, every course. So when I started AQE, I was like, okay, she's going to tell me what to do. And I think I even emailed like, hey, now exactly how do we do XYZ? And she's like, just trust yourself. Just trust yourself. I'm like, all right. And then the next course I took, I'm like, well, this is where she's going to be. Do it exactly this way. I just kept feeling like, especially when I went to Master Teacher and then like Grandmaster, I thought, each time I'm like, okay, this is where the bullet points are coming in. This is where it's going to be like, yeah, trust yourself, but you actually need to do it this way. Like you got to, I just kept waiting. And I didn't realize I was until it didn't come. And every single space from the very beginning all the way through, it has always been this consistent message of trust yourself, make it your own. Trust yourself, make it your own. And the liberation and the heart opening. And I actually had to walk through some spaces of fear as well, because I've been told what to do, well, my entire life, of course, but also in these traditionally taught spaces, like, oh, we only do it this way, and you got to do it this, and you got to check that box. And you're not going to find that in Acasma. And for me, my personality kind of was grabby for it for a long time. And it never came. And so it really has invited me and given me the opportunity to trust myself, speak from my heart, know what I know what I don't know, and be comfortable saying that. Like, it's really just been this like blanket of welcoming that Acasma brings into every single space, from a client, from a student to a teacher. And it's just been incredibly phenomenal and really rich. And it has, as all things, it has bubbled out into my personal life too. You know, one of the core messages and teachings of Acasma is that we come from what's right. Well, here's the thing. If you're going to do Acasma, be Acasma, live Acasma, that doesn't just enter into a session space. It doesn't just enter into a student space or a teacher space. It enters into every space. In other words, I'm looking at my husband of 32 years and being like, you got to come from what's right. Or my dog that has an accident on the floor, you got to come with what's right. And all of those little micro and macro experiences that we have, that we show up in the space of Acasma. And how many people do you know in your life that are always coming from what's right? I mean, we're not taught that until we come into the world of Acasma at whatever level we do. I hadn't even had an AQE session before I started the course. In fact, I started the course in March, and I don't think I had a session with you, Andrea, until mid to the end of March. I didn't even know, like, she was talking about sessions and what's a C2C, you know, I didn't know anything. So yeah, that it's just been the most beautiful, expansive space where when someone says, really trust yourself, they actually mean it. She and all the other teachers and all the other spaces and all the other facilitators, they actually mean it. And I have not experienced that in my life ever, ever. I've never experienced, and I remember writing you this email, Andrea. I was like, I didn't know what love was. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I had never had the experience of total and complete love and trust and acceptance. And I'm not dissing any of my loved ones, because we all grew up how we grew up, but I hadn't experienced it till Acasma. And that's outside of the teachings. That's just the experience. So, yeah, I got through that without crying. It's pretty good.
That's beautiful. You're beautiful.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. I have learned so much from you as well on this journey that we've been on together. You are just such an anchor of these knowings, really. I noticed even in the very first course space of foundations, the minute I said these things and taught in the classes, you'd be in the chat, like you said, or you would share out loud, and you would take it and put it into a sentence or two. And I'd be like, yeah, that sounds really good. That's the perfect way to say it. So that's a gift, because you
Thank
also
you.
came up with it's this big and you're trying to bring it into this to give it to somebody. And it's so big. And that's why it's so valuable for others to trust themselves as they navigate it, because it will meet every one of us right where we're at and be exactly what we need. If we're showing up with that trust, it can get in. And you have a beautiful way of conveying these very large concepts. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you for trusting yourself in such a big way, because you really did. You took on every single place you could take on. Like you were like, I'm all in. And so I really am grateful that you will be taking this to the world as well. So thank you so very much. And congratulations, beautiful one. Congratulations on all of your graduations.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for talking with us as well today. This has been lovely. So beautiful, Kirsten, we send a big wave of love your way. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead, and we're going to have one more speaker here today. And I like how this worked out. I didn't plan it. Everybody knows me. I'm not a real big planner. This speaker was here from the very beginning. Kirsten came in this year. This other speaker came in 2020. And the other speaker didn't come in looking to teach. In fact, she almost wondered how she ended up in one of my courses that had teacher in the title, because she laughed and said, wait a minute, I don't want to teach. I just want self-expansion. So this is like the other side of it, if you will. We have one who was an energy healer seeking to broaden that space of their outreach. And then our other speaker is a beautiful being of light who was here for self-expansion, and yet has been incredibly powerfully impacting this Acasma family from day one. And I know you all love her like I do. So here's our beautiful Quantum Kate, our beautiful Janet Kate. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, Andrea. Hi, everybody, and congratulations to all the graduates. Acasma. How can I count the words? I found Andrea on Instagram in January of 2020, and I fell in love with her light language. And I had some sessions with her, and I thought, oh, I would love to emulate Andrea. I love her light language. It's so flowing. It's so beautiful. It's so graceful. And come to find out, I'm not supposed to emulate anything that Andrea does, because Andrea is our beautiful beacon and guide, and she is there to help us empower ourselves in our own journey, and how light language comes out, how we use our hands and our fingers. And so, yes, and in order to do that, we have to really feel empowered, stand in that power, open our hearts to ourselves, and learn to love ourselves. And for me, that has been probably the biggest foundational key, is for me to actually love myself after all these years. And that opens the doors to so many things, like finding my voice. And my Instagram is a Crohn's voice. And it started out as using the name Kate in the she tense, because she was my alter ego, and she could say and pretty much do anything that she wanted to. And then for some reason, Andrea decided she was going to reel me in a little bit and start using Janet more often, which is my given name. And I was really resistant at first. I'm like, wait a minute, I like Kate a lot better than I do Janet. I mean, like Janet? So anyway, we sort of compromised on Janet Kate. And I like that because it reminds me of balance. And that is what I continually strive for, like in my life. And Acasma for me has become a way of life. I mean, every day I'm like, what would Acasma do? And I have to take a breath. And a lot of times Acasma wants me to do something that I really don't want to do. But, and if I don't do it, then it creates a trigger, and then I have to deal with that. So if I can step back, say, what would Acasma do, which I do throughout the day, I am always a lot better off by the end of the day. For anyone who is interested in getting to know Andrea better, learning more about Acasma, one of my favorite things is her Patreon platform, and The Human, which started out as Becoming the New Human, and then The New Human, and now I think it's The Human. So we have all evolved along with Andrea in a lot of ways, and it's been a really wonderful experience. And yeah, for me, it's been self-expansion mostly, although I do love giving C2Cs and receiving C2Cs. I think there's just so much benefit in all of that, and so much grace. And it's always an honor to be able to give a session to somebody. And yes, the foundations course, there are just so many opportunities. And yes, I have sort of bumbled my way through sometimes. I had no idea that I was getting into a master teacher course, but obviously I was meant to be there. And so here I am graduating the Grandmaster. And Andrea kind of had to give me a nudge to do that as well. And of course, I'm glad that I'm graduating from that course as well. Mm-hmm. So that is pretty much a general overview. I will say, though, that it has impacted my personal relationships a lot. If anyone has followed Andrea and me about my mother, then they know ad nauseum that it has been a huge part of my life the last several years. And if it wasn't for Acasma, I would probably still be in a fetal position somewhere in a corner or under the bed somewhere. But I have really noticed a huge change in my mom, which is a real positive change. And so I really appreciate that. And I've noticed changes in my husband. He has gotten really into Tai Chi and Qigong, and he's actually leaving tomorrow for 5 weeks to go to China. And so, yeah, it's impacted how I relate to my grandchildren, my children, my friends, and I am just forever grateful. So thank you.
Thank you, Holy One. Thank you so much. And congratulations to you as well. All of the spaces of Acasma you have embraced so incredibly gracefully and powerfully. And here you are now an Acasma Grandmaster. So congratulations, Holy One. And thank you for sharing with us today. We really do appreciate that. And I do end up calling her Janet Kate. that did happen over time. I realized she was bringing herself around to herself, really, and allowing that space to be welcomed. So Quantum Kate is another name she uses sometimes as well in our spaces. Janet Kate is also one of our pod leaders. So I think most everybody here is already in an Acasma pod, but if you're not, or you're watching this on YouTube, we have these beautiful gifted group spaces. So you join the Acasma grid, which I host once a month on Zoom. And then you are gifted a beautiful pod of light. We have 6 different ones, I believe, right now. And you have a pod leader or 2. In some pods, there's more than 1, but they're all individuals who have gone through these courses you've heard about here today, and they are all at least at a master teacher level. And they understand the consciousness of Acasma. They understand living the higher vibrational space of alignment, and they facilitate that in these chat groups. And then once a month, they offer a C2C session for all their members of the pod. So it's a wonderful way to nurture the consciousness, nurture the physical body, nurture all aspects of you. And all you need to do is email me, andrea.acasma@gmail.com, or go to my website, sacredexpansion.com, and you'll see on there you can join the website all the way down at the bottom of the homepage. If you get on there, you can just shoot me an email. There's a contact button as well, and say you specifically want to be in a pod. We don't mandatorily put everyone in a pod. We'd like it to be something you let us know you want, and we'll put you in an Acasma pod of light. That's what they're called. And they're beautiful nurture spaces. So even in the chat, I'm seeing, how do we find a pod? So there you go, beautiful one. Just let me know you want to be in one, and I will send you a beautiful welcome letter, and you get a little link. It's a live link that takes you into the chat. We have a server we use called Discord server. It allows us to have an unlimited amount of people in these chat groups, because we're thinking ahead and we want to be able to meet the world. So we had to be ready. IG caps you at 30, so we can't do that. So we're on this server with our space for our Cosmopods of Light. So that's a really beautiful space you could join us in. The grid, again, I host that once a month. We just did ours this morning. The video will be up on YouTube very shortly here. Whatever way you're drawn to connect, this is what my outreach is, what our outreach is a space to remember more of who you are, and bless and nurture that you, and allow it to flourish. So we're going beyond what we've been told, or what we, grow up thinking all there is, right? We go beyond that, and we nurture those beyond spaces and make them part of the now space. And then you see everything through your life moving into that higher vibrational space of connection. Like Janet Kate was saying, even her family members, and Kirsten mentioned it as well, her husband, and all aspects of you. There's no separation. Your energy feeds every space of your experiences. And our vantage points are aligners, are dialing in frequency, vibration wise. And so Acasma assists in the spaces of us being in a higher alignment of ourselves, for lack of a better word, and just allowing that flow of trust and self-love, and watching it bless all areas of the life. So, all right, now let's see, we've got some beautiful thank yous coming in, and congratulations to one another. Very beautiful. We have some here who have been here. Meredith is the Majestic Lioness. She's here today as well. She was the very first Grandmaster. She became one last year on her own because she was so dedicated to this space. Thank you, Meredith. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many of you know Meredith. You've seen videos with her and I before. She's spoken at graduations as well. Meredith took this out right off the bat. She couldn't wait. I mean, she would be in a course with me and she would be sending me emails saying, I have students lined up. I'm ready to go. when is the fastest and soonest I can get this out? You know, I can make this available. And she's never stopped. Every level she's ever done, she's been doing this. So she has revisited Grandmaster. I graced us with her presence, really, as these 10 went through and graduated over the last 8 weeks. And she wrote me just 2 days ago or so and said she already has her students lined up for Grandmaster, that she's been, you know, all the way along taking her students up as she has moved up. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm grateful to all of you who are facilitating for clients. And I'm grateful for all who are facilitating for family and for friends and for pets and for self. All of it matters. Every single space is sacred. Every single one of you is divine and sacred and valuable beyond measure. In whatever way you are anchoring this higher consciousness of us, in whatever way you are being this higher consciousness of us, all of the spaces matter. So please receive my gratitude, receive my love as I share that with you now. I'm going to go ahead and make a note here. I've gotten pretty much everyone who is in the attendance. I already have you on my handy dandy high tech giveaway page list, but let me just make sure that I'm not missing anyone quickly. All right, so I have a few more I'm going to add. You must have came in after. Let's see. Okay. Got you, got you, got you. Okay. And then we'll do the drawing. And the drawing we'll do 3. You know me, I love to give, right? So I'm going to draw 3 separate names. So out of everyone who's here live, 3 people are going to go away with a prize, all right? All right, let's see who else is in here. All right, just let me check. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay, I think I've got them. I'm counting. All right. Going to cut them now. This is going to turn into an ASMR. I'm going to cut the paper now. It's just a joke. If you're familiar with ASMRs, they're like really soothing and they like have like these weird sounds they repeat and they talk softly to you. So it's just a joke, but hold on. So if anyone is interested in Sedona, I have 1 space left. So if you're interested, you can email me. We have 1 space left. But I'm so excited because we are going to be going on these incredible hikes and performing beautiful sacred ceremonies on the red rocks of Sedona. We're going to be connecting with the ancestors of the stars and the ancestors of the earth. It's going to be a glorious time. Very excited about it. All right, here we go. Just 3 more little cuts here. And we're going to have our high-tech drawing. All right, here's all my papers with everybody's names. Just write everybody's names out. I'm going to go ahead and fold them over here. And so what you're going to have is a C2C with me. Everybody loves a good ASMR. My daughter makes them for a living. She has a YouTube channel as well. I love to see you in Sedona. Love the idea. Oh, yes, Lamia, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. So you're going to get a C2C with me. And some of you have already had that. You know what it is. And some have never that are here. I'm not familiar with their names. So this is a 1-hour ACASMA Quantum Energy session. And I connect with you via the quantum field. So we don't use Zoom. Everybody, all these are folded up now. I'm going to put them together. Draw my names. We don't use Zoom or Skype or anything like that. We use the field. And I connect in with you. We designate a time, just like a session. You know, you have an appointment, right? And then you get a music link from me, and it's me on the music link. You listen to, you lay down, you allow the space, and I do my work, my ACASMA Quantum Energy work. And in that work, there's the core of remembrance for you, deepening, opening, expanding, reconnecting to your I am, to the earth, to the spaces of you. And then I get knowings, you know, in the spaces, and I share them. Sometimes light language in song or word, however it comes in. I share my notes via audio. So you get audio from me to allow yourself to connect with as well. All right, so here's all our little papers, okay? I'll use this little bag. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We're doing great. All right, I'm going to put them in this beautiful gold bag. Everybody's in here that's in the live. All right. All right, who is our first winner going to be? Sano. Congratulations, Sano. Beautiful Sano. She's in India. Congratulations, Sano. You won a C2C with me. Let's see, we got two more. Two more. All right. Oh, Janet. And I wrote Janet, not Janet Kate. So the Janet of the Janet Kate is getting a C2C. All right, let's see. One more. Angela Dahl, D-A-H-L. If I said that incorrectly, I apologize. Angela, congratulations. You have won as well. So those are my 3 giveaways today. Congratulations to you guys for winning. I will email you and give you some potential dates, and you can tell me what you'd like to do. All right. So I will send you an email. Give me about 24 hours to get onto that. And I think that was an incredibly beautiful space of connection we had here together. We celebrated Acasma in its core spaces of understanding as a consciousness, as a higher space of our own beings, as divine love. I think I can speak for all of us and say that we are very grateful for this message we have received from Acasma Consciousness, that we are very grateful and honored to walk in this space of ourselves, to be this space of ourselves in the way we are doing so. And so if you would just allow a moment here at the close to just receive a blessing in your own unique way, just allow yourself a moment. You could close your physical eyes and just take a breath. Let the body drop as you exhale. Just allow the space and allow this blessing that is designed specifically for you. Just allow whatever it is that you are bringing you. Trust yourself. Allow your breath. This is a blessing of abundance in all areas of you. Abundance in love, abundance in health, abundance in wealth, abundance in joy, in peace. This is your truth, and you are trusting yourself to live that truth. Allow your breath as we seal this blessing, as you anchor it in your exhale into your roots and into your now. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you. We are Acasma. We are light, and we are here. Yes? Yes. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you all so dearly. We love you all so dearly. All right, everyone. Remember, if you want to join a pod of light, email me, acasma.andrea@gmail.com, and I'll hook you up with a beautiful pod. All right. Blessings upon your now. Blessings upon your now. Thank you all. Thank you for the love in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the kisses. I see the kisses coming. Oh, I'm grabbing the kisses. Thank you. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so loved. I'm so loved. Thank you. Thank you, Gregory, for being here. Thank you, Holly, for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Blessings, divine ones. Blessings. Bye-bye.